Typically, the Republican Party has fought with one hand behind its back. Not anymore. The RNC released one of the most epic political ads I've seen in my lifetime. It's called Unhinged and will run in the midterms. Take a look.
A few years ago, ideas that we talked about were thought to be fringe ideas, radical ideas, extremist ideas. Those ideas are now mainstream.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings.
Anybody from that cabinet, in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless c***.
What's Uncle Tom but for white women who disappoint other white women?
So please, bring on the recession.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Dun dun. Here with me now is the host of Masters of the Illusion, Dean Cain, and Candace Owens, Communications Director for Turning Point USA. Wow, Candace, that is brutal. And they didn't have to do anything. They just showed the left in their own words.
It's brutal. It is phenomenal. It should be considered a work of art.
Did you cut that ad?
I did not cut that ad, but it should be considered a work of art, and we should call it Mirror. Because all they are doing, there are no words here other than their own words on the left. And I think that this is brilliant, and they need to actually see how they have been behaving, because they are not grasping it whatsoever.
This ad should run in every swing state across the country, Dean, and major airplay, because I think everybody needs to see it, because you know what? Like you said, it just holds a mirror up to the left's radical behavior and agenda.
Here's the thing. You could probably cut 7 more ads with the amount of stuff that
what was on the cutting room floor? I mean, there's another there's 3 or 4.
They're just bringing out the first piece. There probably are more. There have to be more. I've seen so many things. That doesn't look good for them. That was a very, very effective ad, no question.
And speaking of the midterms, we have, I think, Joe Crowley, who is Nancy Pelosi's soon-to-be successor in New York, Democrat, and he got upset big time. The president weighing in.
One of my biggest critics, a slovenly man named Joe Crowley, got his ass kicked. By a young woman who had a lot of energy. She had a lot of energy. I guess he didn't see it.
And this woman he's talking about, this dragon slayer, is an avowed socialist who came out of nowhere and took down the establishment. Here she is in her own words.
I would support impeachment. I think that, we have the grounds to do it.
Not only does she support impeaching President Trump, here is her platform. You ready? Abolish ICE, raise taxes, free college, free housing, free health care, eliminate the IRA.
Oh, the NRA.
NRA.
I
eliminate that too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on the board of directors for the NRA, so I don't want that to happen for sure.
She wants to get rid of you and your slovenly look.
Slovenly. Wow. Wow. What a platform.
What a platform. And I support this platform. I think the Democrats should run on the platform of, her name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I think the more of Alexandria, the better it is for Republicans.
That is absolutely true. I support this 100%. The future looks optimistic for the Republican Party. And look, she is actually the manifestation of all of the left's extreme rhetoric. I don't actually think the Democrats are this far left, but this is what they have produced through their, violent rhetoric.
And they actually may have a little Alexandria deep down in all of them. I think deep down there's a little Cortez in every single Democrat. They just try to hide that from the American people. I think the Democratic Party is going to try to kneecap her, Bernie Sanders style, the way they rigged it against her, because she's going to get so powerful and cause so much drama. she's going to have to be taken care of.
It's a split between the party. I mean,
right.
It's like a civil war between the party, and it's going to create all kinds of problems, and it's not going to help them at the voting booth at all.
There's a civil war, they say, in the Republican Party, Candace. I see it on the left. I see a big-time split between the people that want the street action, the street justice, the Maxine people, and Alexandria, and then, you know, the people that understand you have to try to at least appear to be moderate to win elections if you're a Democrat.
That's correct. I actually see a lot of liberal refugees, people that no longer recognize the party that they were a part of. That would be me, correct? That's how I ended up on this side. So I think we're going to see a lot of people. We're going to see a lot of people moving over to Trump land because he's starting to sound a lot more like what we have wanted him to sound like in the past. Very presidential. What he is saying makes sense. And look, on the other side, you've got crazy socialism.
I know. Well, when you're a stable genius like the president is.
But look at his accomplishments.
Yeah.
The accomplishments you can't argue with. You can't argue with the unemployment numbers. You can't argue with the economic numbers. You can't argue with North Korea at the table. You just can't argue.
That's probably what's driving them so nutty. It's because he's winning and they can't handle it, and so they're just going nuts because that's all they know how to do. They just know how to protest, firebomb, yell and scream because they can't legislate.
No, that's exactly right. They incite violence at every single turn. And as I said, I am sitting quite comfortably right now. I'm very happy to see what is going to happen next.
All right. Well, we know what's happening out in your neck of the woods. You are now an officer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm a reserve police officer with the St. Anthony's Police Department in Idaho, which is a very cool thing. We work to help kids, anti-bullying, anti-suicide, online predators, things like that. It's a task force about kids. I go give talks to elementary kids who don't listen to me very much, but I have the officer badge on, so they pay a little bit of attention. But, you know, our police force has gotten a lot of flack over the last few years, and instead of vilifying them, I'm doing the exact opposite. I'm joining up and standing shoulder to shoulder with the guys.
Is abolish police on her list, too? Was that on Alex Cortez's list?
Abolishing ICE.
Get rid of you.
It's next. It's next on the list.
On our list.
All right, Candace and Dean, thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders addressing being kicked out of that Virginia restaurant because she worked for the president. This situation was one all too familiar to actor Antonio Sabato Jr., who says he was blacklisted by Hollywood for supporting President Trump at the 2016 Republican convention. Here with more is the actor and Republican candidate for Congress in California, Antonio Sabato Jr. Antonio, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning.
You're
and
welcome.
Good morning,
Good morning.
America.
Good morning.
Yes.
You said you were blacklisted. Explain what happened to you.
You know, when I came back from Cleveland, and it was an honor to speak for the president and for the United States of America, and I came back to Los Angeles, and I was blacklisted. You know, my agents, my managers, and commercial agent, they were all gone. You know, over one day, and
really?
because of my attachment to the president and my appreciation for the president, my support for him, and that has to stop, you know. But that made me only stronger, and that's why I'm here fighting for Ventura County, and I'm going to win in November for the American people. We're going to do it together, and it's a very exciting time, but you got to keep God close and keep moving forward.
His work slowed down for you as well because of it?
Yeah, very much so. And, you know, I have 3 beautiful children, and, you know, I've been working as an actor for 30 years, and I've been very blessed to come to the greatest country in the world, but I think we're fighting the fight, and at the end of the day, we're going to win. And we have God on our side, and I believe that I'm doing the right thing. And I'm going to keep my faith and keep moving work harder and harder every day.
Knowing what you know now, would you have done things differently?
No. You know, I sleep good at night. My integrity is strong, and I know that I'm doing it for the right reasons. And we should debate things, our differences, but at the end of the day, we should be cordial and love one another and move forward and help each other and help our neighborhoods, and help California, help the United States. That's what we have to do. The American people are first in my book.
I want to get your reaction to what some folks in Hollywood are saying or doing. John Legend, he's calling on Sarah Huckabee Sanders to resign if she doesn't want to be harassed. This is what he tweeted. He said, if she doesn't want to be held accountable for the administration's evil, she can resign and denounce it. What do you think? Should she have to leave her position so that she doesn't get harassed?
Absolutely not. She's doing her job. She's doing an amazing job. She's very smart, articulate. She's doing that every day with the most evil people, just asking the horrendous questions, you know, every single day. And she's doing amazing. So I give her credit for it. So just keep doing your job. And the American people are with her, and we're going to do great things. You know, I'm very positive that after all this, this country is going to get stronger and better.
Okay, Mira Sorvino, that actress, she says that we are pre-Nazi Germany. Evan Rachel Wood, another actress, goes on to say that she's going to have a hunger strike now for families that are separated at the border. What do you think?
Well, it's offensive to me specifically, my family. You know, my grandmother escaped Auschwitz. Her brother and my great-grandparents died there. My mother had to escape the Communist Party from Prague during the 60s. So my family, my bloodline's been through a lot. You know, this has got nothing to do with the Nazis or the World War II and definitely any of that stuff. This is about you don't speak what we speak, you don't agree what we do, so we're gonna put you on the sideline. We're gonna do everything we can to push you away, and that's wrong. And we got to fight for what is right. We are in the greatest country in the world, and we have the Constitution. We have great laws, and we got to keep moving forward with peace and love.
Thank you so much. We wish you all the best.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Antonio.